Hey, hey, TikTok, Facebook, it's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. Come on in. We are going to do the Dollar Tree pumpkin today. Let me just get y'all up. I am about 45 seconds early, just so I can get everybody up. Oh, and it's 10. Woohoo! So who's all made a Dollar Tree pumpkin? Give me a thumbs up if you made the Dollar Tree pumpkin. So this is what it looks like. Now I did do just a little video this morning spray painting it, but then I was like, I want to wrap it completely. So you can spray paint them if you do not want to wrap them with the chunky yarn. So you can spray paint it or not. Really just depends on what you want to do with that edge. All right. Hey, hey, y'all. Let me get this out of my way. So I wanted to show you before we get into that really quickly, this rose gold kit that I have on my website. It is monkeyscreations.com. So it comes with this gorgeous rose gold ornament and the gorgeous ombre rose gold. Is that not gorgeous? Love it. It comes with your large flower board and your zip ties as well. I just forgot to grab those. So there you go. And I'd already wrapped these up for shipping, so I had to take it out. So that's available on my website. Just get that wrapped. And let's make the pumpkin. Okay, so I'm using black chunky yarn. I am using this gorgeous 2.5 inch pumpkin ribbon. Now you can use 1.5 inch. I just didn't have any 1.5 inch that was really screaming to me to be used, but this one did. So the 2.5 inch works. The 1.5 inch is better. Okay, so completely up to you which one you want to use. So I have already started. Good morning, everybody. I've already started, but let me bring y'all down just because, you know, we're doing the same thing on all 3 sections. Sorry, TikTok. There you go. So we are doing the outside 2 sections and this inside middle section. What do you mean no sound? Can anybody else not hear me? Let me know you love my shirt. Go Cowboys. I've left a little bit of our yarn off to the side because that's what we're going to wrap whatever part of the frame. You can hear me. Sound is fine. Perfect. All right. Whatever frame is showing will get wrapped in that chunky yarn. Okay. So what I did was I took a strip of this ribbon. Now for me, I like to go ahead and just kind of poke 2 holes right in the bottom of my ribbon, and that's how I attach it to the frame. Some people will scrunch it up and then attach it. Completely up to you. I just find that when you scrunch it, then you have that kind of scrunchy thing at the bottom. So I don't do it that way. I just poke 2 holes in the bottom of my ribbon. And then we're going to take a couple of zip ties and run it right through those 2 holes we just poked. Now we are doing this center section. Okay, so just like this. Go Cowboys. Now where did my other hole go? There it is. All right, so I'm just attaching it on each side of that ribbon to the actual frame of the pumpkin. Okay, just like that. And then I just cut that off. And y'all, I feel my throat starting again. I apologize. I guess I just can't talk no more, y'all. All right, and then we're going to take a little bit of our chunky yarn. Monk did sleep in my bed all night. You know, I was never one to let my kids sleep in bed with me. Now, every Friday, I would let them grab their sleeping bags and sleep on the floor in our bedroom. But I was never one to let them sleep in our bed unless they were sick or afraid, you know, had a nightmare or whatever. But I relented. Look, we let our grandkids get away with so much more than what we let our own kids get away with, right? So we're going to take that chunky yarn and we're going to attach it to the frame as well. My throat was fine till I started talking. Gonna have to do sign language. Sign language. I don't know how I can do that and do a live, but we'll get over it. Okay, and then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna wrap it right on top of the bottom of that ribbon. Now, y'all, sometimes I can go a little overboard with the zip ties. That's just my preference. I would rather it be zip tied and secure too many times than to have something come apart on me or come loose. I need to gargle with warm salt water. I couldn't sleep in his bed because he has a loft bed. I don't want to climb. I'm not going to climb into bed, y'all. All right, and then I make sure that that ribbon is underneath, and we're going to wrap it 3 times on top of that ribbon. Okay, so we're going to go right in between those. Now you want to make sure that you don't start squeezing these bars tight, because see how tight you can get them versus how big? I don't want them tight. I want it to stay big. So I'm careful how I'm wrapping. I don't want to wrap it tight. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3. All right, now here's where we're going to get this part. We're going to pull this down, fix our ribbon, and we're going to wrap it 3 times underneath the ribbon. Being careful not to pull this tight. So there's 1, this is 2, and there's 3. Okay, now we're gonna flip our ribbon back up, and that's what's gonna give us this part. And we're gonna wrap it 3 times. Now you don't have to wrap it 3, that's just what I picked. You can wrap it twice, you can wrap it 4 times. Completely up to you. Just be consistent. 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody coming in. Okay, and then we're going to pull this back down. One, two, three. Bring it up. Have y'all made one of these before? Hey TikTok, did me sending a notice that I'd be live in 30 minutes help y'all? Okay. There's 1, 2, 3. You've never made a pumpkin? They're fun. They're easy. Except when you knot your chunky rope, then it's not so fun, right? Turn it this way so y'all can see this end. Oh, you want to do a snowman? I've got a cute snowman on my YouTube channel that I made using this frame. He is adorable. One, two, three. And I think I used a Dollar Tree chamois, car chamois. All right, so we're at the top, so we're just going to completely wrap. I'm going to bring that through the stem. Okay, so we're at the top, and then I'm just going to zip tie that again to the frame. We're making a pumpkin. Right, Catherine? I need to come back to Texas. All right. And then we can adjust that ribbon. Okay, now you can see here that I started squeezing that bar together. So it's a little thinner and not as big. So not that it hurts, but you can tell. Not too much actually now that I'm looking at it, huh? Isn't that cute, that bright orange? Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this extra yarn, and I actually don't need that much, so let's cut that, get it out of our way, because that's less I'm gonna get tangled. And then we just take it and wrap the rest of the pumpkin frame. Unless you want to see the metal. If you spray painted it, then you most definitely do not need to do this part. But I kind of did it here, so I need to do it all the way around. Okay. So then I'm going to zip tie it there. Now you won't see the zip ties because the yarn is the chunky yarn, so it will cover it. Thanks for floating my boat. That's all right, Elizabeth. That was a cute idea for sure. Okay, we're going to cut that. Drag it over. Let's cut this piece. Drag it over to this side. See why I cut that down? I'd have been cussing y'all. All right, I'm gonna zip tie it again. I have my zip tie upside down. Clip that off, and then clip off the excess yarn. Now this, I'm going to trim up. Zip tie it up here. Actually, let's just glue it. I'm not going to see it. Let's just glue it. Hello, hello. The snowman is on my YouTube channel. You're in Oak Ridge. Awesome. And I just laid my daggum finger right in that hot glue, y'all. Lord have mercy. All right, now we're going to take this yarn and we need to cover up the top bars. Now we are going to put a bow on there and some greenery, but just in case we do see the top, I don't want you to be able to see the frame. Okay, now you can see I'm taking that chunky yarn to the inside. And then we just wrap this part. Hot glue, yes. Okay, now we're gonna, I think I'm just gonna bring that taut, zip tie it here. I use a lot of zip ties, huh? We'll wrap this one. Now I've got a lot of the wood bead ones on my YouTube channel as well. I love using the wood bead ones as well, so it's completely up to you if you use the wood beads or the chunky yarn. I do have another bag of wood beads. We can make a wood one maybe soon. All right, so there's our pumpkin. Isn't it cute? Now you can wrap the handle if you want. Should we wrap the handle? I wasn't going to, only because we have a bow and stuff, and some greenery. So but if y'all think I should, I can. But we don't have to. Put these out of the way. And we're going to make a bow. Now, I don't want a big bow because I don't want it to overtake the pumpkin, right? Because this is a small frame. So we're going to use that same ribbon. And I'm going to bring in this gorgeous green. And we're going to add some of this baby eucalyptus. I think that green will play off that orange and black perfectly. But let's make a bow. Now this ribbon, some of the pumpkins are upside down, but the main big ones, the pretty ones, are all going this way. So I am going to go ahead and do my bow tails first. I'll get some scissors at work. My bow tails first. That way all those big pumpkins are facing down. Okay, so it's not so much directional ribbon. This one's just preference. Oh. All right, well, it was a good thing I was only going to do one loop on each side, huh? All right, so we're going to do a 6-inch loop, or 6 1/4, whatever that is. Cut this off. Now, if I have enough leftover ribbon to make a tail, I will just use it. But I don't really think I have enough to make it worthwhile putting that in. So I'm gonna just throw that away. We're gonna bring out our green. Now I was torn between this green and this green. Although I love, love, love that green, I think this one works better. What do y'all think? I don't know. I keep calling to this one. But this one works better with the colors. You like the solid? Y'all like this one better? Buy 2 more, exactly. And these I used 2 half rolls of ribbon. So I get to buy 4 more rolls. Solid, solid, solid. Everybody says, well, most people are saying the solid. I mean, it works. It's gorge. So let's just do it. And we're going to only do 1 loop of this one as well. Oh, y'all, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm going to come down. Yeah, I'll come down 1 inch. So we went from 6 to 5. Do both. I think both would be too much. Grab a pipe cleaner. So I typically don't do big bows on these. Or I do less loops. Yay, you caught me live. All right, let's trim these up. We're just going to slant cut these. Now I wish I'd had some ivy, but I do not. Okay, so we're going to go one up, one down. And then do the opposite. So this one's going to go up and this one's going to go down. Let's trim that up. Okay, so just a real simple bow. And the pumpkin ribbon is not reversible. All right, so, oh y'all, I don't know about that green ribbon. We're gonna go with it. So I will generally take and I put my bow off to one side, but I want to add some of this greenery. So this is just baby eucalyptus. So we're going to pull some of this out. Just not a lot, but just enough to make it pop. I'll switch it out later probably. It's gorgeous ribbon, but I probably should have gone with the plaid. What do y'all think? All right, so we're going to take some of this, and I'm going to have some going off to each side and some coming right down the middle. And like I said, not a lot, but we're going to attach it right to the frame. Just zip tie it right in. TikTok is saying plaid. I think you're right, TikTok. Okay, and we're going to have some coming off this way. Look, y'all know I'm going to switch it out. This is just chunky yarn and ribbon. And then we're going to have two coming right down that middle. Making sure I get that bar. Okay, so that's what we have. I know it kind of looks funny right now, but I promise you, y'all, I gotta switch out that ribbon. Y'all know I can't. just can't do it. Although it is gorgeous, I think it's too light. I think it's too light. So let's grab our pumpkin ribbon and put it back. And let's do this one. You know I'm going to curl the tails no matter how long they are. Oh, yes. Much better. Now this ribbon is double-sided. So you've got the stripes on the back. And then you've got the stripe and the plaid on top. And this one came from Craft Outlet. This year too. From a distance, yeah. I mean, it's gorgeous, but it's just not going to work. All right, let's do this again. Much better, huh, y'all? Why not do all three? Because I think it's too much. If I was doing a bigger wreath or a bigger project, I probably could. But this is not a big project. Is that better, TikTok? Yes. All right. So I'm just going to angle. I generally tend to angle mine to the side. But I got to get through. Okay, so that's what I did. I just went from this side to this side. That way that cross beam will prevent my bow from moving. Okay. And you could definitely do more loops. I don't think it's necessary. And like I said, this is a smaller project, so okay, and then I just take that wrap it around a couple times and then just cut the rest of that off. Now I still like to be able to see a little bit of my stem. Would the piece of pumpkin ribbon that was left wrap around the center of the bow? Probably. It probably would have. All right, let's curl up our tails. This will be available on replay and it will be on my YouTube channel as soon as the live is done. Like, I don't leave my room until it's uploaded to YouTube. because if I do, then I'll forget and it'll never get done. And then a week later, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so far behind. So I've just made it a rule that it goes directly on YouTube before I leave my room. And want to make a wreath but don't know what frame to use. It would really depend on how big your attachments are. Now it can hang inside the pumpkin. I like that look as well. Let's bring this greenery around. And then what we can do is we can bring the greenery into the bow. So what I like to do is just take a few pieces directly off the wire, add a little bit of glue, and bring it right into that bow. Not a lot. But just enough. And I think just one more piece right there, and we can call this one done. Okay, just enough to catch your attention. Now trust me, I will not waste that ribbon. It will go on something else. And then on the back, if you have any of those stems sticking out from your greenery or florals, whatever you're adding, just trim it off. You don't want anything to be able to scratch your customer's door. So there you go. It's just a little bit smaller than the other. There you go. Isn't that pretty? You need to make one? Yes, you do. No, I do not cover the backs of mine unless I am doing a complete coverage. I do not cover the back. It's not ugly. So, there you go. That's it. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it. So any questions I made and my daughter scooped it? Of course. That's what our kids do, right? That's why I was when I was making all the dinosaurs. So my son needed one, my brother needed one, then Monkey wanted one, and I'm like, okay, I need to sell a couple, please. So, and black buffalo plaid, of course. You can do them in any color you want, y'all. And you could just wrap. I've done them before where you just wrapped and didn't add the ribbon in the middle. Just completely wrap it in the chunky yarn. And that works too. So there's so many possibilities. Now, like I said, if I had had this exact ribbon in the 1.5 inch, I would have used the 1.5 inch. but the 2.5 inch works perfectly. So it really is just a matter of what you want to use and what you have. So, all right, that's all I've got for y'all. Have an amazing day. VIP Dre is on tonight if you're in the VIP group. So she will see you there. What else? You like the 2.5? I like the 2.5 too, but for these, because that space is so small, I do prefer the 1.5, but it's completely up to you. I think that's it today. Nothing else. The rose gold kits are available on my website, monkeyscreations.com. I've got some new dragons that are going up in my Etsy shop. Is he not awesome? So those are going up in my Etsy shop as soon as I get pictures and videos. So those will go there. So anytime I have multiple wreaths, they will go on my Etsy. Anytime I make just the one-offs like this, they will continue to go on my website. So this one will be available on my website as soon as I get pictures and video. I do not have the snowman to show because I did him last year, but he is on my YouTube channel and he is gorgeous. And I just used the chamois from Dollar Tree, cut out the eyes with the felt and all the things, embellish his hat. But I show all of that in that video, but it's on my YouTube channel. All right. So y'all have an awesome day, and I will probably see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.